Some people ask me why I do this. It's really not about ego. It's about letting go of ego and just working. You're a steward of the land. You're working with the communities that exist here, that have grown here, and you're helping. You're helping the land to recover from disturbance, from damage, and finding your way forward. And you're working with the plant communities and the animal communities, and you're just learning to understand it. I mean, you walk through the forest and you feel the land. There's sort of a grounding that you need to do in the land, walking through the forest, walking through the fields, walking in the wetlands, canoeing, whatever ecosystem you're working with, you be with that community so you understand the fluxes and the movements and the synergies that are happening, the energy flows. Just understanding it's all part of the letting go, taking it from a human perspective, taking it to the ecosystem's perspective, and to the advantage of different creatures. It's like, okay, well, what does the mosquito that's biting your hand do? Why is it here? It needs that blood meal to have better, stronger babies. And the males and most of the females spend most of their time pollinating and drinking nectar. So, they have important ecological functions. We just don't like it during the one part of their life cycle where they need blood from us and from, well, not just us, from birds, from mammals, whatever is available. So it's just understanding all the components and marveling in it and the intricacy of it all, and trying to understand and letting go at the same time, letting go of the outcome. You plant a plant and, some creature comes along and eats it. Or the rain doesn't come, or too much rain comes, or, you have to let go of the outcome. You give it your best effort and you see what happens. And then you tweak it. If things aren't going in the right direction, you think, oh, maybe there's too many vines. They're pulling down my trees. I need to clear it out, give it a little more light, different things like that. You're stewarding. You're trying to make the best system that you possibly can with all the different trophic levels and all the different species that are there, because each one, that little green flower that innocuous to us and doesn't look too interesting is actually really important for another species. Just working with the whole thing and not deciding this plant is economically important and therefore I'm going to plant a ton of them. And this one grows really fast, so I'm going to plant a ton of them because I want to sequester carbon. It's not about that. It's about creating an ecosystem, a thriving, resilient ecosystem with all the different pieces, the beautiful pieces and the not so beautiful pieces, the slug and the worms and the mosquitoes and the snakes and all these things that we take for granted, and we think we're better than them, or they're a nuisance. They're just as much creatures as we are, and we need to move past that sort of hierarchical view of us at the top. It's like such an ego trip. It really is. It's like we are part of the system. Just because we're the most destructive part of the system doesn't mean that we're not part of the ecosystem. All creatures have value, not just myself. And put myself above, to put myself below another person, another culture, another creature. It's just another step in the evolution of consciousness and awareness and just learning to be a good person in general, a caring person, a loving person. It's about caring for the land and everything and everyone that is here and nurturing all that. And hopefully you can live happily with all these different things connected together with you and live a good life. Learn to be a human being, just being with these other creatures and not thinking that you need to control or move or whatever. just allowing them to be in all their messiness and their rambunctiousness. Some days the frog's going crazy. Can't get to sleep. Different things like that. And just the different joys of being out here, seeing something new every day. One creature is doing one thing, another creature is doing another, and there's always something new, something magical, something special to see and to be a part of and to be grateful for. I hope you're able to see that someday.